Hello and welcome to this short video presentation about ISM workflow for RAM structural system and Revit structure. My name is Michał Lipinski. I am an AE in Building Vertical in Bentley Systems. First, let's see an overview about ISM. ISM stands for Integrated Structural Modeling, and it is a process using an OCHR standard for transferring structural data between different products. Those products are analysis and design products such as RAM family, STAT family, also SACS. We can also transfer data to industry standards such as iModels and PDF and IFC, and mobile devices, for example iPad and iPhone. We can also transfer data to modeling and documentation software, Ecosystem Building Designer for interdisciplinary design, or ProStructures for detailing. And also there are other ISM enabled products that are not from Bentley portfolio, such as Tekla, Revit, and Bluebell. Today we're going to focus on Revit and RAM structural system, and I'm going to show you those two products and how they work with ISM. What ISM can do: ISM allows you for change management, so you can see what has been changed and you can manage those changes. You can visually see your model and all the information in it. It transfers both analytical and physical models, and it allows for revision history so you can see and control your model. Looking at ISM enabled products timeline, you can see that we have come a long way, and this software is being constantly developed and we are adding new features to it. So let's see it in action. We'll start with opening RAM structural system, and then we're going to open our project, which is called Business Park. Here you can see that the whole building is modeled, and it has different type of structures like slabs, concrete columns, steel columns, beams. Now we're going to export it to ISM. So we're going to create ISM repository. It takes a bit of time to do that because it needs to map everything correctly and then export it to an ISM repository. ISM has a unique feature that we can control all the things that are happening with our model. Now you're going to see that the ISM viewer is going to open, and then we're going to see what elements are being written to the repository. And here everything that is highlighted in green is a new element that is being added to the ISM model. Here we can add a description of what we have done, and the ISM repository has been created. Now we're going to move on to Revit structure. And now we're going to create a new project. It's based on an older template, so Revit is updating that template to the newest version, which is 2014. And here we have a blank model. We have a additional menu here, so we can use ISM tools. we've chosen new from repository, and automatically structural synchronizer opens. We're gonna then choose which ISM repository we're gonna import. So it's gonna be our business park model. You can see that this is the right one, the one that we exported before. And again, structural synchronizer view is opening, and it shows us what exactly is being added to the repository. So we are updating our application, and Revit is recognizing that all of the sections have to be mapped, and they will be mapped according to the Revit families that we have stored on our machine, and that they will be automatically mapped. You can see that most of them are being assigned, apart from the last one, which we are going to assign manually, which is also possible. So we're gonna choose a round bar, diameter 20 millimeters, and now from external family we prepare the project family. Now Revit's gonna import all external families to our project, so this is what's going on right now. And all the sections have green check marks, which is good. Now we're gonna import all the data. And now we can see how the structure was imported. Revit also gives us some warnings that some things may have been that's some things we have to take a look at here and decide if it's been imported correctly. And the menu appears that beams or braces may have slightly been imported off axis. So this is nothing to worry about. It's just that it's maybe not exactly accurate, but for the most part it is. It's just a warning to show us that we have to be careful. And this is the benefit of the ISM workflow, that we do not have to remodel again in Revit to receive drawings. We have all the drawings. We can prepare all the drawings automatically. So here we can add tags, for example. We have all the plans, all the sections, all the elevations that we need. So everything is, for the most part, is done. And now if we want to edit something, we can just delete some elements, add new elements here. So we're gonna add different beams in different direction and different number of those beams. We're gonna change the annotation here, so we're gonna give them the same tags that all other beams have. And now we're gonna adjust the beams so they have the same material that the RAM structural system will understand. And now we are ready to export our changes to RAM structural system. First we have to update the repository. So we are working on the same file, and it is writing the changes with a new revision number, so we can go back and forth and see what was changed, and for example compare the two revisions. Now we see that all the elements that are being deleted are in red. So we want to delete those two beams. We can select those and then accept the changes. Now we can see the preview, what happened, and we see that all the two beams that we selected are off. Now we can see all the elements that are being added, and we want to just add our 4 beams that we modeled. You can see that Revit changes a lot of things in that model, but we are in control and we know exactly what's going on. So we want to just delete those 2 beams and add 4 of those in the different direction. All other changes are not necessary for us, so we're gonna update the repository and not worry about 8 other changes. We can then add a description again. So we're gonna write that we change the direction of roof beams. And the repository is being updated. Okay, so now that we finished, we can go back to RAM. And use the same ISM tools to update the repository. And as the same as before, ISM dialog will open. And after reading the repository, we will see the ISM view application again. Okay, and now we can see what has been changed in our model. So we want to just add those 4 beams and just delete those 2 beams. And this is what we're gonna select. Accept and preview. So we can see the added beams are changed and we can update our application. And looking at the model, we can see that all our beams are being modeled properly. We have all the sections assigned. And now to show the two-way integration, we can change this part of the model and add some beams here in RAM structural system. So first of all, we're gonna delete those 2 ones and add framing between the wall and beam. It's gonna be an I section. And the beams are gonna span from here to here in this direction. So beams are added. Now we have to add sizes. We are choosing it from our tables. Okay. So the beams are modeled. We can see the 3D representation of our model, how it looks. We can see the changed model beams from Revit and added beams from our work right now. And now we can update the ISM repository again. We are choosing the same file. And now we can see again, we have to select all the members that we are willing to update here. And for example, if we have a new material, we can add it as well. So these are the changes we will accept. And now we're gonna update our Revit model. Again, it shows us all the mappings, everything is correct. Now we can write data to our model. And again, we're gonna just choose the elements that we're gonna add to the model. And the material. We're gonna get the preview. And we can update the application. You can see that we have a new section here. And all the beams went through correctly. We can tag them again. And we have our drawing prepared already, so we don't have to do anything apart from importing the model from RAM structural system. Now I'm gonna save the Revit project, call it the same name. And the last thing I want to show you is that ISM is controlling revisions. So we're gonna open another application. It's called ISM Revision Manager. We can open the ISM repository that we created, and we can see what was going on with our model, who opened the model, what he did with the model, and we can see the descriptions of changes. We can view them, we can recover to the nearest, to the one that we selected, or we can update it or undo to any of those that we created, or we can, for example, choose two of them and check the differences. Now ISM view is going to open again, and we're going to see how the old model looks like. And we can switch to display new model, and that it looks like this. So we can easily compare the two. To sum it up, we've seen that we prepared an analytical model in RAM structural system, then we transferred it to Revit structure, then we prepared some drawings in Revit structure, and then we changed the model in Revit. After that, we updated our RAM structural system model just by transferring ISM data to it. Then we changed the model in RAM structural system and then transferred those changes back to Revit. And key benefits are this. So you can reuse your content. You don't have to remodel everything again. Just for example, to prepare drawings in Revit, you can use the model that you created in RAM structural system. It has a bi-directional integration. So what you do in one model, you can transfer to the other in both ways. And it allows you to manage the revisions. So you control everything what's going on with your structural model. You can go back to any revision that you want. You can merge those revisions or see the differences between them. You're in control. Thank you very much.